And we are joined by 5th District Congresswoman Virginia Foxx. You began your 5th term today. Just first of all, what's this like for new freshman members? Talk about kind of the new shape of the North Carolina House delegation.
Well, we have 4 great new members, and I'm looking forward to working with them. They bring a lot of talents to the Congress. I served with Robert Pittenger in the North Carolina Senate. Richard Hudson was my first chief of staff. And so we know each other fairly well, and I'm looking forward to getting to know Mark Meadows a lot better. And George Holding has a tremendous experience as the federal prosecutor for North Carolina. So I think we are bringing lots of talent from North Carolina to Washington. I think they're being very well received by the conference.
Obviously, the vote kind of kicked the can down the road, and now this new Congress is going to have to deal with these big issues: long-term debt reduction, federal spending cuts, raising the debt ceiling. How urgent do you think this is right now for the new Congress and the new North Carolina delegation to get to work immediately and not, push it off till late February?
Well, I think you're going to see us want very much to get to work on this early on. In our conference, we've talked about that. We want to lay out for the American people what needs to be done. We did it actually last session. We talked about it a lot. We passed bills, sent them to the Senate. The Senate didn't do anything with them till the last minute. I know the news media is constantly talking about the Congress this and the Congress that, and the American people sometimes don't get full information on how to distinguish between the House of Representatives and the Senate. Our big problem was the Senate, and it has been actually for a long time. But I think you'll see the House take action early, and I think you will see how serious Republicans are about dealing with these issues, just as we were in the last session.
And obviously, considering North Carolina with the sequestration risk with farming and the military, especially in North Carolina, how important it is obviously for North Carolina to not have go over that and the immediate cuts that we would face in North Carolina?
Well, again, we dealt with it. The House passed a bill that would have kept so much of the cuts from coming from the military, but we could not get the Senate to deal with that. So I think you'll see a similar effort made on our part to say national defense is the #1 responsibility of the federal government. Let's honor that responsibility, and let's deal with where cuts need to be made in other places, and let's protect our military, because that's very important.
Kind of an open-ended question. What would you like to see done on the issue of immigration reform this year? Do you have any thoughts on where that might lead or any decisions that might be made in the House this year or Congress in general?
Well, I've been very consistent. In the 8 years that I have been here, I have said we need immigration reform, but we first have to secure the borders. We can't do anything until we secure the borders. That's our #1 concern. My first year here, we appropriated the money to build a fence and to do more there. Unfortunately, we haven't had the cooperation from the executive branch to do what needs to be done. But first we have to secure the borders. Then we'll be able to deal with the other issues related to immigration. We are a nation of immigrants. We want immigrants to come here, but we want them to come legally.
All right. 5th District Representative Virginia Foxx, thank you so much for your time, and thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for coming over. We appreciate your being here and appreciate your helping to keep people informed in North Carolina. And I want to encourage people from my district to come and spend time here and see the Congress in action, and let us help, especially with young children, come up and learn a lot by doing and being here about their country.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.